The Straw Hat Pirates set sail from the Bartai after their battle with Dawn Krieg, finally approaching Cocoyashi Village, the hometown of their navigator, Nami. At first glance, the village appeared peaceful, with its small houses and quiet streets, but there was an unsettling air that immediately set Luffy and the others on edge. Nami herself behaved strangely, unusually tense and nervous, avoiding conversation about her home and keeping her gaze averted. As they walked through the village, it became apparent why. The villagers were subdued, afraid, and moved about silently as though under strict control. Luffy, unaware of the full situation, began to sense that something was deeply wrong, and even the usually playful Usopp could feel the oppressive atmosphere. The cause of this fear was soon revealed. The Arlong pirates, a notorious crew of powerful fishmen, had taken control of the village years ago. Their leader, Arlong, was a cruel and arrogant tyrant who despised humans and considered himself superior. He imposed high taxes, terrorized the villagers, and maintained his rule with intimidation and brute force. Nami had been living under this tyranny for 8 years, forced to work as Arlong's navigator and cartographer to repay a debt of 100 million berries, a sum imposed to buy her village's freedom. Her smiles and cheerful demeanor were nothing but a mask hiding her fear, pain, and exhaustion. She secretly gathered the money, but the weight of her secret, coupled with the knowledge of the suffering around her, had taken an emotional toll she carried alone. The first confrontation came subtly. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji noticed the villagers' fear, the aggressive patrols of Arlong's subordinates, and the subtle traps set in the town. Usopp tried to joke to break the tension, but the seriousness of the situation quickly became apparent. Small skirmishes with Arlong's men showcased their incredible strength and tactical cunning. Arlong's crew, including the likes of Karubi, Chu, Dosen, and the cunning Hachan, were formidable opponents, each with unique fishman abilities that pushed the Straw Hats to their limits. Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp had to fight with strategy rather than brute force, demonstrating the crew's teamwork. As the Straw Hats continued to observe the village, the story delved deeper into Nami's tragic past. Flashbacks revealed her childhood, the death of her adoptive mother Belmere, and the psychological manipulation Arlong employed to control her. She had been coerced into mapping the seas for Arlong, a skill she honed over years while hiding her pain behind a forced smile. This backstory was crucial. It made clear why Nami resisted involving the Straw Hats initially. She feared dragging her friends into the dangers she had endured alone. The emotional climax built as Luffy finally confronted Nami about her distress. Despite her initial refusal to accept help, Luffy's unwavering trust and declaration that he would fight to free her and her village ignited hope. Nami's internal struggle reached a breaking point when she realized her village still lived in fear, and the villagers themselves could not protect themselves. Her tears and confession of helplessness formed one of the most emotionally charged moments in the series, demonstrating the depth of her suffering and the weight of Arlong's tyranny. The battles escalated toward the climax at Arlong Park, the Fishman stronghold. Luffy led the charge against Arlong, while the rest of the crew battled the subordinates throughout the base. Zoro fought Karubi in a display of precise swordsmanship versus brute strength. Sanji faced Hachan, whose 6 arms and underwater fighting skills proved challenging even on land. And Usopp confronted Chu, who tried to crush the crew with his immense size and power. These fights tested each Straw Hat's abilities, courage, and resolve, highlighting the team's growth since they set out from East Blue. Meanwhile, Nami, initially passive, witnessed Luffy and her friends risking everything for her. This fueled her own courage. She used her skills in navigation and her understanding of the base's traps to assist subtly, showing her growth and active role in confronting the crisis. The fights were intense. Zoro's endurance against Karubi, Sanji's agility overcoming Hachan's aquatic attacks, and Usopp's clever traps despite being physically outmatched emphasized strategy over sheer strength. The climax arrived with Luffy confronting Arlong himself. Arlong's arrogance and physical superiority were clear. He mocked humans and considered the fight beneath him. However, Luffy's determination, fueled by his bonds with his crew and unwavering desire to free Nami, turned the tide. The fight was brutal and dynamic. Luffy dodged Arlong's attacks, countered with powerful punches, and smashed the foundations of Arlong Park. Symbolically, when Luffy finally destroyed the building, It represented the liberation of Nami and her village from oppression. The battle was not just physical. It was emotional, a cathartic release for Nami and a testament to the Straw Hats' loyalty and courage. With Arlong defeated, the village was freed, and Nami, overcome with relief and emotion, officially joined the Straw Hat crew. Cocoyashi Village, once oppressed and terrified, celebrated its newfound freedom. The villagers expressed heartfelt gratitude, and the Straw Hats' bond was strengthened immeasurably. This arc, while filled with intense battles, also delved deeply into character backstories, emotional pain, and the core themes of freedom, trust, and friendship that define One Piece. The Arlong Park arc stands as a pivotal story, balancing thrilling action with deep emotional resonance, leaving a lasting impact on both the characters and the audience.